Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In War of the Visions, let's talk about the return of Final Fantasy IV. I will briefly go over Cecil and Golbez since I don't have them, and then talk in more detail about Rosa, Kyne, and the Demon Wall Vision card and Esper, and then the craftable equipment. Alright, first of all, Cecil. I feel really sorry for him. Everyone in JP right now is like, Light Slash is so strong, but nobody talks about Cecil in that conversation. For handout units, it's Lucio, Locke, Thancred. For Hatcher units, it's Rob, Kilfa, and Engelbert. Nobody talks about Cecil. He kind of doesn't have anything worthwhile to differentiate himself from all these other characters, so he's pretty forgotten. Maybe he will get more love in Global. I do plan on getting him and leveling him in my free-to-play Global account, and then putting him with my other handout units to make a raid team. But he's just kind of there as a placeholder, just another slash attacker. Okay, next is Golbez. He's good, and I still see him around now in JP, PvP, but he didn't shatter the meta when he appeared. I never really felt scared going against him. And if I can be perfectly honest, if you want a magic user to pair with Helena and Dwayne, and you're able to wait for Garble's EX Awakening, I think you'll be just fine. I still personally would love to have Golbez because the voice acting is so much fun. And I was wondering what they were going to do with like the non-Japanese versions of the game, how they would do the voice acting. But I saw the trailer on YouTube, and it's just the Japanese with the English subtitles. I hope everybody enjoys his voice acting. It's done by the guy from the old Iron Chef TV show, if you remember that. Okay, next, let's talk about what I have. Let's see. First is Rosa. Her place in the grand scheme of things didn't change at all, really. A healer with some unique support stuff and then like plinking range damage. Some players will really dislike using her because she's another one of those units that can do a lot of different things, so you really have to choose a role for her and then arrange her AI for auto battle. She's a unit more for advanced players. But we can look at her ability board. We'll just look at the EX jobs. But here, this is like the heal or the resistance to all of the status effects. It will get +1 use, and then will buff spirit and then healing, and then give you resistance to a whole bunch of status effects. I usually turn this off because I want her to use other stuff, which is too bad. But this could be good for PvE. And then the other one is upgrade to prayer. Let's see, range is extended. Casting time is removed, that's nice. Restores HP like before. And then we'll give the shell ability. Shell is one of my most favorite buffs in the game, so this is awesome. And I like that it's attached to a heal, so you don't have to use it just for the barrier. That might be hard to take advantage of, but heals, it's always easy to take advantage of that. Okay, and then the stat node is HP up, that's nice. And then the new skill, quote-unquote new, is full life. Her getting full life is a big deal for her. I hate relying on Rays in tactics-type games because they fail so often. And then furthermore, that's on her White Mage subjob. So getting a higher success rate full life on her main job is awesome. That's more reliability with the raising, and then more flexibility with the subjobs. Unfortunately, her EX Awakening didn't address her physical damage / man-eater aspect at all. That was an interesting thing about using her when she was just released at level 99. But now that I think about it, putting the Icebow Trustmaster from Cooley on her, and then tricking it out with Trustmaster runes might be interesting. And then I had great success using Rosa in top 50 arena, pairing her with Aranea. Full life was very useful in there. And then breaking Imperiling Ice from a distance was also very useful. That really raised the damage of Aranea. Alright, next let's talk about Kyne. He is my pick for the best unit of Final Fantasy IV, and that's including Golbez. I think Kyne compares very favorably to Aranea, and then kind of can be relied on in the same way. but he might have the edge because he is Dark Element, and then Light and Dark are the most versatile elements in the game. But just like Aranea, he is a step below Oberon. He lacks like really good AoE attacks and some range, but he does have Courage removal, which is important again with Arstoria. He can cast Courage on himself twice in a battle. That's pretty crazy. He has the Viking subjob, which is great for raids. I used him in the latest raid on my Dark Slash team, and he fit right in. He was pretty good. Alright, but we'll look at his EX board. Let's see, attack way up. This is like his self-sacrifice, his version of that. Defense penetration, and then gained AP up and defense down. This is cool. I wonder if I have it equipped though. Yes, I do. I have it in addition to the Viking support ability. Yeah, I think those are the best. Okay, and then Dragon Raid gets upgraded as well. AP cost goes down, jumps in the air, removes Courage, does big damage, and then for 3 turns lowers the healing capability. So yeah, this is very concerned with making sure guys don't come back. HP up, stat node, and then new attack is the Ceiling Dive. Let's see, we'll jump, we'll come down after a time, we'll lower reaction rate, so that could be good against like reflex and stuff. Medium damage, and then people that have AP refresh or healing efficacy down or slow or confuse will get extra damage. So he does have some of those status effects that he can put onto people, so interesting ability there. Kyne is not flashy, he's not going to suddenly jump to the top of the meta, but he is a very solid attacker, and I always enjoy using him. Okay, next let's look at the Demon Wall. We'll look at the Vision card first. There we go. The Vision card I can't recommend to all people because it's kind of hasn't kind of kept up with all of the others. Although it is nice because it's non-elemental, you can use it on anybody. But party ability, Pierce attack up 25, slash resistance up 12, and then personal ability attack up 30%, although only dark characters can take advantage of that. And then the element party ability at max is that dark units will get dark resistance up 20. If you are interested in playing the dark versus dark meta, which I enjoy doing, this card is kind of necessary, but I think for everyone else they don't really need to max this. The Esper, on the other hand, is excellent and unique. We can look at the level 99 board. But nice for tanks. We see light resistance, dark resistance, and slash resistance. And then he's one of the very few that can get slash resistance up to 25, so really like this for my tanks. And then otherwise, he has light slayer and then dark attack up. So then for dark units in particular, they would get lots of extra damage on light units. But you could put the light slayer on anybody, on any element, and then do well against them. And we also see like stone slayer and then critical rate up. So yeah, good Esper. I would recommend this Esper to everybody. Okay, and then let's look at the craftable stuff. Let's see, here is Cecil's shoulder pad. I have the Vital version here. That's a lot of HP. Could be good for a Drain Force build. And then the projectile resistance up 8. You could also get the defense one for more defense. You get the spirit one, which might be interesting for against Jaden. Raise your spirit and your projectile resistance. And then there are the other ones, which are rewards from like the Trial of Reckoning. So what do we got? We got the Wind Spear. This is still great. At max, 20 defense penetration, 5 agility. Decent attack. I have the critical one here. It has both accuracy and critical. I think this is my most recommended type here. And then there's the Elfin Bow, which I did not max. But this might be good for Fina. I kind of regret not getting the +5 of this, but more magic than attack. good accuracy too. And then those two, those are old weapons, so they'll actually be easier to max. You can just farm the Final Fantasy IV quests, and then get coins, and then exchange that for stuff in the Mog Shop. So yeah, not a big deal to raise those up. But here is the legendary sword. This is pretty great, and I see a lot of folks in JP using this, but we can see already with Assault type, has 171 attack, that's very high. And then the bonus buffs, let's see, slash attack up 20 at max, and then AP cost down, so yeah, very strong sword. At this point of the game, I was still not very interested in Trials of Reckoning, but I kind of pushed myself to go for the +4. Final Fantasy IV comes back, maybe I'll go for the +5. This is built in the standard way, farming the quests, and then pulling that special hatcher, and then collecting the recipes. Okay, I think that will do it for the look at the return of Final Fantasy IV. I will be looking forward to it in my global account. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.